Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All right, welcome into another edition of the JP Peterson Show here as we talk all things Tampa Bay sports, anything related to Tampa Bay sports in this non-corporate media environment, independent journalism, what we're all about, journalism. Yes, that's what this is all about. All right, a little bit.
Very independent and very journalistic.
Not really. Sometimes we are. We're just here to have fun, and we hope you guys are too. Thank you very much for tuning in once again, and we really appreciate you liking and subscribing across all of our social media and our platforms. You know where to find us, and we got lots to talk about today, so we'll get right into it. Good show coming your way today. Brian Engblom, my post-game partner for the Lightning, will be joining us here to talk all things hockey. What a hockey day yesterday. Man, that was one of the greatest days of hockey ever. In my opinion, I don't know about you.
It almost made me forget that they're not playing by international hockey rules anymore. I didn't even care that it's just basically the NHL in the Olympics, you know, without the right rink size and overtime rules.
Oh, who cares?
I care, but it was fun yesterday.
I was not aware that overtime hockey was 3-on-3 in the Olympics.
It's
I
not.
did not know that.
It's not. It is now, but it's not.
What does that even mean?
Not supposed, because it's not supposed to be.
It is.
These are all NHL rules right now. They're not playing by international hockey rule. The rink size is wrong.
Whatever.
Whoever wins gold this year, they got to put an asterisk next to the gold medal.
You'd be like, listen, Rembrandt, that is not the right canvas. Do it over again. You used the wrong fiber paper. Do it over again. I mean, what are we even talking about here?
Yeah, they need to play the whole Olympics over again because it ain't right.
Oh, my
asterisk.
Lord.
Asterisk, JP. Asterisk.
Oh, well, I, for one, really enjoyed watching the hockey yesterday. And
I loved it.
For drama, I mean, my God, talk about edge of your seat. That was just insanely good. I mean, Canada and USA hanging by a thread in the quarterfinals. Oh, so good. I mean, both of them could have, maybe even should have lost. Yeah. And that would have been anticlimactic, but they didn't. And they're both still alive. And so away we go. And we got a women's gold medal final today with national anthem singing on the line once again between Timmy and me as USA meets Canada. And once again, hoping for more Canadian tears, right? That's what we're looking for.
Are we?
Yeah, that's what
you want to see. The Kachuk brothers get a gold medal.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
And you don't want to see John Cooper get a gold medal.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. I'm just referring to the very popular promo spot with John Hamm.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Oh my
God,
going
for gold. Canadian tears. What? Yes, yeah. Canadian tears.
I saw somebody on the chat yesterday. We didn't get to it, but when we were talking about you were talking about being torn. You know, and all of that. And somebody typed in on the chat. I don't remember who it was. My apologies. But JB said country over all else.
Nah. I used to be very much that way, but you know, loyalties can shift now. Is it really our country? Is it? I don't know.
Country over all else, JP.
No, I don't know. Don't know about all that, but you don't think that if Canada wins, I'm not going to be super happy for John Cooper and Brandon Hagel and Sorelli Point and everybody and Brian Engblom.
Yeah,
of course,
for sure.
Yeah, I'm not falling into this Canada versus you. Like, well, we hate Canada now. No,
don't forget Brian Engblom won a bronze. Canada. Brian Engblom has a bronze medal in the World Championships from 1983 with Great Canada. So
you are correct, and for playing in West Germany.
Germany.
There was a West Germany, folks.
Back in the day. That's correct.
Yes. That's it. Yeah, we'll ask him all about that. He played for Team Canada. He knows what that pressure is all about. It covered the Olympics in Sochi. So, yeah, he knows what it's all about. So we'll talk all things hockey with my man, Brian Engblom. Looking very much forward to that. Jim Lighthall will join us as well at 11:20. He is the play-by-play man for your USF Bulls. Watched Jimmy do his thing last night for the USF Coaches Show. Went up to the Yingling Brew House, which I didn't even know existed. This is right on the campus of the Yingling Brewery. They have this humongous brew house and kitchen. It's like 48,000 square. It's humongous. I've never seen a bar this big. It's attached to the brewery, and we sat there and watched the Coaches Show last night. Very entertaining, great stuff.
This is in Tampa?
Yeah, Tampa, yeah.
I thought Yingling was from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, but their main brewery is right next to Busch Gardens. It took over the old Budweiser brewery.
Really?
Busch Brewery, yeah.
So I've been lied to this whole time.
Yeah, it used to be
not a Pennsylvania beer.
Not anymore. Made in Florida. Made in
Well,
Florida.
they just released it in Texas like last year. So that's
good beer. The Amber Yingling is really good. Enjoy it. Yeah, so we were there last night. Brian Hodson, whose team is on a freaking heater. They are top 60 net, Ken Palm, all that good stuff. 2 games clear in the American. Memphis comes to town tonight, the only other team that can really threaten them for the regular season conference title. They still have to win the tournament, the conference tournament championship to get to the NCAA dance. Their numbers aren't high enough to get an at-large bid. It's still a 1-bid league. And we'll talk a little bit about that with Jimmy Lighthall, but they are playing fantastic basketball. They are one of the best teams really in so many categories in the nation. So we'll hit that tonight. We're trying to encourage everyone to get out. If you're not doing anything tonight, it's a great entertainment. It really, really is. It's a great atmosphere at the Yingling Center. Tickets are cheap, easy to get to, easy to go to. You zip in and zip out. It's like going to Wisconsin. So if you're not doing anything tonight, go watch some great quality. Czechoslovakia. It's a great show. 7:00 tonight. I will be there. All the local celebs will be there. So get your butt over there and watch some great college basketball tonight at USF as they take on Memphis. And if you can't make it, I think it's on ESPN2, but you can watch it as well. But it's basketball season now. It's time to support hoops in Tampa, and that is your USF Bulls. It is a very good and entertaining team. So we'll do that at 11:20. And the men, or the dude behind the pitch roofing jingles and ditties, will be joining us at 11:45 to tell us his secret to making. I'm going to ask him to. I think we need a JP Peterson Show ditty.
By the way, the Bulls and Memphis game is on regular ESPN tonight.
Oh yeah, it's on the mothership. There you go. Yeah, so yeah, they'll get some great national exposure tonight, and Brian Hodson's doing a great job.
Anthony Hardaway, and he's still coaching Memphis.
At least so. So. And want to thank Coach Hodson for calling me out in his radio show last night for not showing up at the games. So I appreciate that very much. I went to one.
Did he really? What did he say?
He said, "Oh, it's good to see JP Peterson here. Can't come to the games, but we finally have a big game, and he shows up." Yeah.
I'm gonna have to pull. You should have told me how to pull that audio. I'm gonna have to make that part of the new intro I'm working on.
Yeah, there you go. Appreciate it, Coach. No, it's like one of those things. If they don't notice you, that's bad. If they call you out, that's good. That's good. I deserve it. You know, we want to go to more. It's just it's tough. It's tough. We're covering all the sports here. We don't just cover one. We have to be at all of them. So it can be a little taxing. But I should be better. I admit it wholeheartedly. So I'll be there tonight. Try to make as many as we can the rest of the way, Coach. Promise. All right, so let's get into it a little bit. Oh, I wanted to hit some Rays stuff real quick because it seems to be what the trending topic in the at the top of the Times most read section. There was an article yesterday about the DeSantis cabinet meeting to consider giving 22 acres of the Hillsborough College land to the Rays. This is pretty much a procedural thing because obviously the governor was down here a couple of weeks ago telling everybody he's behind the project and wants it to happen. So this is part of the 22 acres that we've already been talking about and has been identified at Hillsborough College. It should be a no-brainer. That'll get done. And we move on. Now, I did do some meetings yesterday talking some finances with some unnamed people about the Rays. I'm trying to get a real hold on the funding sources and how much can be made and through different sources and figure out how this is going to get paid for, because everybody I talk to, it says, everything's in line. It's just, we got to get the money right. We got to get the money right. What do the Bucs want? blah, 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 blah. So there's a lot. It's just, like many things, it's going to come down to money. Now, I also feel like that this is a group that's going to figure out a way to get it done. If there's not enough public money, there's different ways to create special taxing districts, et cetera. And I went back, did a little research on the Battery and what they call a TIF tax. Okay, that's the tax that goes on the bottom of your bar tab, Timmy, that you probably get at Texas Live, right? When you go there, there's a TIF tax at the bottom.
I always thought it was for somebody named Tiffany.
Yeah, well, she's getting rich, especially in Atlanta. So, and also in the Battery in Atlanta. So I looked it up, and the latest figures that they had were from 2023 that I saw. Can you guess how much money in 2023 was generated by the TIF tax for the Battery?
Oh my gosh, in Atlanta?
Yeah. Just for 2023.
$10 million.
40.3.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Think that's not working?
I think it's working. You know what the debt, you know what the Cobb County debt services payment on the stadium is every year? $16.4 million.
Good God.
So giving the billionaires money has worked out pretty well for Cobb County. They're making money hands over fist over this deal. And when you talk about how about does $40 million a year get you? Well, this is very simplistic, okay? And I know there's different rules in bonding, and they have to come from separate sources. But you could theoretically, you're looking. If you're bonding out this initial payment that you need to build the stadium, right? $2.3 billion, whatever it is, half of it coming from the owners, the other half coming from, and they'll finance a big part of that as well. But the city will finance that if they can, or they'll have to, because they don't have $1 billion one just sitting around.
Yeah,
so,
right.
So $40 million a year, that's a hefty payment. That is a hefty payment. That can produce up to, in the the billions of dollars.
Yeah.
And that's going to, obviously, over the life of a 30-year life of a stadium. So looking at the different, there's about $200 million available in the SITS tax that can be bonded out over the life of that tax. So I'm looking at all the different funding sources, but the TIF source is probably going to be a huge part of this. And if you can generate, they're getting 9 million visitors per year at the Battery. And this was back in 2023. That was the TIF tax. So you could guess, even with inflation, that last year's collections in 25 were probably closer to 45 million. I don't know, maybe 50. So, that is a crap ton of money on a yearly basis that's coming in based on just that district that you created that would not have been there had you not created that district. So that is money that can go to the city and help pay for this. And they're going to use the projections from the Battery to fund this stadium. And I think that's a really, really good apples to apples comparison. So when you look at the monies that are available, and this is all still very, very much, a work in progress and how they're going to negotiate this and how they're going to bond it out. These are all the different funding sources. There's the TIF source. There's the SITS tax. There is the hotel bed tax as well. There may or may not be a rental car tax that could put this over the top. That's something that would have to come from the state. And DeSantis has been, pretty negative about doing any of those, but it still could be I think if it's needed to get this over the line, it might be something that is considered, because it is a tax that really doesn't hit the locals at all. That's a rental car tax at the airport that just, unless you're going to the airport and renting a car.
And if it does, it's negligible, right? It's for locals. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was a great funding source for the Texas ballpark.
Still is.
So, yeah. So
heck, we may build another park next year. It worked out so well.
Yeah. And it's great for the local taxpayers who don't have to pay it. So there's a lot of ways to do this, as we've always said. And people think that it's just so impossible to build these stadiums. It's not, when you have smart people and people that are willing to partner instead of be very selfish, as Stu was, and non-transparent. Those were the issues. So as we work through this, I'll just give you as much information as we could possibly give you. And that's just another little nugget. I tend to do this because people are like, oh, and I looked in the comments on the story of the 22 acres, like, oh, this may not pass. No, it's going to pass. This is just part of the procedures. And every time one of these things votes come up or something like this, I think people start to freak out. And no, this is, the governor has already said he's supporting this. And, there'll be people that object, like, why are we giving 22 acres because they're investing $8 to $10 billion into this particular mixed-use project, which is now nothing but parking lots. And part of it is a college, but they get no revenue off that whatsoever. That's the whole thing. This is a key point that people need to know, and it's a huge difference from the Tropicana Field site, okay? The Tropicana Field site, that was highly desired real estate that they could immediately turn into billions and billions of dollars a developer could in profits, because you could build condos, apartments, businesses, all those things, and collect all that rent. It's already ready-made. This Drew Park area has been sitting there as a CRA for 20 years. Nobody has developed it. It's not valuable land until you do something to it, like build a stadium. Then it becomes much more valuable. So if you're looking at this from a corporate welfare situation, it's really more of, hey, they're coming in and making this land valuable, where it's throwing off no tax revenue right now. It will soon put out billions and billions, just like Water Street, which we invested $100 million in. And Mayor Buckhorn said we've got over $1.2 billion back in property taxes where there weren't any before, where there were no buildings. They were just parking lots. So this is the same concept that will bear out that it's good for the taxpayers, which is why we talk about it and try to educate the folks, because a lot of people don't. They just, a lot of people and politicians see this as just a corporate giveaway, and it's anything but that.
Well, and honestly, not just in Tampa, but everywhere, there's a lot of misinformation when things like this happen.
Oh, God.
Because there's an agenda from different people, and they try to push their own agenda and make up their own narrative about all of this, about how it's bad for everybody, just because they don't like it. So it's always good to have a source, JP, as is the JP Peterson Show, for true information, for true journalism.
That's right. That's right.
Unbiased, impartial.
Not agenda.
Here's where the money's coming from, and here's what it means.
Yeah, and listen, I don't pretend to have all the answers. I'm just trying to understand this as you guys did, which is why I spent 2 hours with folks yesterday who know and understand these things, trying to learn about it and passing it on to you. So, okay, we may have had some wings at Hooters as well, but a lot of it was educational. So,
speaking of wings, have you heard the latest? What was it? The lawsuit from a couple of years ago. The guy in, I believe it was Ohio, who sued Buffalo Wild Wings for calling them boneless wings. This was a real thing. I remember when this happened. I'd kind of forgotten about it.
I think we talked about it once.
The judgment came down on yesterday, JP. The judge in the case issued a 10-page verdict saying that it was okay for Buffalo Wild Wings to refer to them as boneless wings.
What a waste of time.
This took 2 years in court.
What a waste of courtroom time. And I'm sure lawyers made tons of money on this deal.
2 years in court so he can call them boneless wings.
Yeah.
Who's a bigger idiot? The guy I guess it's the guy for suing him, right? For saying that, for using, that's just stupid.
All right. Let's talk about some other stuff. We talked a lot about Mike Evans yesterday and where he might be going. And Matt Doria says, off topic, never off topic to talk about Bucs, my man. Imagine Mike Evans going to a contender and then the Bucs make the Super Bowl without him because of a great offseason. Just being optimistic. I love my Bucs. This is, I'm seeing this everywhere, but he's like, well, Mike wants to go to a contender. Are the Bucs not a contender?
I guess it depends on how you look at it.
Are they not even a contender?
I mean, with Bowles as coach?
Is that why we're not a contender? Because of Bowles? I mean, I kind of understand that a little bit. I would hope that the Glazers might really not like that reference towards the Buccaneers. I think they're a contender. Obviously, I think, aren't they the odds-on favorite to still win the NFC South in some places. I've seen, I mean, obviously they're a contender to win this division. It's not like everyone has passed them by just because of Todd Bowles. I mean, come on. Again, we kind of painted the scenario yesterday. You make some bold moves defensively, go get an experienced edge rusher like a Max Crosby, like and get an inside linebacker like Lloyd. I mean, yeah, you're going to spend a lot of money doing that, but that foundationally changes your defense right away. Now, Todd Bowles is not, I don't think he's a great defensive coordinator / head coach. I don't think he can do both well. He seems to work much better as a DC. The numbers bear that out. But he's a talented play caller, or has been in this league. Can he return to that? Yeah, give him better players. I think he'll be a better defensive coordinator. I'm not going to sit here and say he had a bunch of all pros on defense last year. Now, you need to be better than 30th in pass defense, or I think which is where they were. And you need to be, get more turnovers for sure if you're going to be a quote contender. But yeah, an upgrade in talent will certainly help him in that regard. And that's clearly what this team needs. And I think those are the two critical spots. They've got to make some major changes among the front seven. And like we said yesterday, if Mike's going to stay, I think one of the big reasons he's going to go to free agency, which he never really got to last year. I mean, Did he know? Did he have offers? Sure he did. I
think he wanted to last time, but he got talked out of it by the family.
Yeah. I think he was pretty close.
Yeah.
But when it came down to it, I think, as the story is, Ashley, his wife, and Jason Light's wife got together and cut the deal.
Right.
So will that happen again this time? I don't know. But I think Mike wants to see more than anything what the Bucs are going to do. And if they're just going to sit back and just try to rebuild this defense through the draft, I don't think he's interested in that. If they go out and make some splashes in free agency, like the ones I mentioned, and that defense can get better quickly, I think he would want to stick around. That's just my opinion. I think he wants to be with a contender, and I think he probably thinks the Bucs can be a contender if they make those moves, and I do too. I don't think they're that far away. I mean, they've got to get better on defense, but a couple of veterans, really good ones, can do that for you.
I just looked up the NFC South champion odds for 2026. I looked up 4 different spots, and the Bucs are favorites in all of them.
Yeah. So I don't know. we're not a contender. I mean, come on. So, but I understand. I understand what people are saying, and I think a lot of it is Bowles fatigue, 100%. Yeah, Aviation says highest over under is 10.5 wins. Vegas thinking the season is going to be a shit show. Well,
I just think you're going to have that in the NFC South like you have the last 5 years. I mean, the whole division's going to be a shit show.
Well, hold on now. That's not the Bucs 10.5. That's the Eagles. The Bucs open at 8.5. Yeah. I mean,
and DraftKings also has them favored to win the division, by the way, at 8.5 with 8.5 wins.
Yeah.
So like
9 wins,
15.
9 wins again wins the division.
Yep.
Yeah. That's sad. That's very, very sad. Yeah.
You think Mike Evans wants to be part of a 9-win division winning team?
If he has better options, no. And I think he'll have better options. I think the Patriots will make a strong run. The Chiefs just redid Patrick Mahomes' contract, but I think that was just to get under the cap. I think they were like $70 million over the cap.
Way over the cap.
Yeah. So that was just to get back to baseline. I don't know how much money they're going to have. I mean, you can always create some cap space here and there, but that was a big one, and that just got them back to square. It's not like they created, a ton under the cap that they can go spend. So they got more work to do. Not to say they can't do it, but again, is he, if he goes to Kansas City, I mean, you want to talk about being the guy, and Kelsey retires, what other weapons do they have? Obviously Rashid Rice is probably going to be in jail again.
Yeah, he's in trouble again.
Yeah. So what else do they have?
By the way, the Chiefs
and Mahomes coming off an Achilles.
The Chiefs freed up $45 million of cap space by restructuring his deal.
Yeah, because it was going to be like a $75 million hit, right?
Ridiculous for one player to be able, and that's a salary. I mean, he only makes $45 million. I say only, but
yeah.
Jesus.
Buckin says Mike Evans on the Pats would be a nightmare. I'm not sure I could root for him. It would be tough. Yeah, Panthers at 6.5 and Falcons at 6.5. Saints at 7.5, according to FanDuel. And these are way too early. By the way, this is really silly. Before the draft, before free agency.
We're not even to the draft.
It's ridiculous to even start to. Let's. We got a long way to go, folks, but we got to talk about that, right? All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back on the other side, Brian Engblom is going to join us to talk about one of the greatest days in Olympic hockey history we saw yesterday, and some great hockey to come too, man. I cannot wait for the rest of this hockey. We got a gold medal game today between USA and Canada, the ladies. There's some off-ice intrigue as well. Yeah. Love story going on at the Olympics. We love that.
Great.
We are brought to you by the great folks at Pitch Roofing, who will be in here today. PitchRoofing.com is where you go to get in touch with them. And make sure that you get an estimate if you're looking to need a repair or need a new roof. They always tell you, get 2 or 3 estimates. Make sure Pitch Roofing is one, because they will come over and they will educate you about the process of roofing. There's a lot of unscrupulous roofers that are running around who will give you low estimates, and you'll get what you pay for. It gets ugly at times. So you got to make sure that you're going with someone who's bonded, insured, has all the great reviews like Pitch Roofing does. Check out their website at pitchroofing.com. And if you get an estimate, you will be in the running for 2 tickets to a Lightning game in the Mark, which is the all-inclusive food and bevy club that is flat out awesome. And I'll give you a backstage tour of Lightning Vision as well. So just call the great folks at Pitch Roofing and say, hey, thanks for supporting the JP Peterson Show. And come out and give me an estimate. And you'll be in the running. And we'll chat with them as Bill Slover will be in here around 11:45. So stay tuned for that. Back in 3. Here for Pitch Roofing, one of our new sponsors and the most reliable and honest roofers in the business. They love the Lightning, and Bolts fans be entered to win a pair of premium Mark Club seats with every free roofing estimate from Pitch Roofing. Seats include food and beverages, early access, premium entry, and a backstage tour of Lightning Vision with yours truly. Always get 2 to 3 estimates when replacing your roof, and be sure to include Pitch as one of those roofing companies. With a free estimate from Pitch, they're not trying to hard sell you. They educate you on your roof and the process. Even if you do not choose Pitch Roofing as your roofer, they want to leave you feeling informed, knowing the different materials and manufacturers, and understanding the process and warranties. Very, very important. Pitch is an Owens Corning preferred contract, Better Business Bureau accredited, and My Safe Florida Home approved. That's very important as well. Pitch prides themselves on full transparency and customer first level of service. They also offer financing options, including 0% plans, ensuring a stress-free experience. Call my friends at Pitch Roofing, 727-67-PITCH. That's 727-677-4824, or go to pitchroofing.com.
Pitch Roofing, roofing done right.
Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. JP here for Riveters, the official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. We're located just south of Ray J and Steinbrenner Field, so it's a great pre- and post-game spot, and the happy hour is amazing. Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. Check out these specials. $3 Bud Light drafts, $4 domestic bottles, $5 wells, $6 premium wells, $6 cocktails like margaritas. It's unheard of. And the Riveters food is freshly made daily. No freezers. Happy hour food specials include $3.50 tacos and barbecue sliders. $6 you get edamame or chips with the beer cheese, which is amazing. $8 buffalo chicken dip, my favorite. The truffle fries, chili cheese fries, also $8 at happy hour. as well as other specials throughout the week, including Taco Tuesdays. You get $3 tacos, and Wing Wednesdays, 7 o'clock to 1 a.m. in the morning. You get our amazing wings, 5 for $5 and $5 wells and wines. That's a good Wednesday night. So if you're tired of the preppy, overpriced, generic sports bars, come see the amazing, friendly bartenders and staff at Riveters, where customer service really matters. Riveters, just south of where the Rays and Bucs play. We'll see you there.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Timm Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
All right, guys, don't screw this up. It's Valentine's Day, and the first decision you make is go to the Gold and Diamond Source, where right now you can buy one, get one 40% off during their exclusive Valentine's promotion. Express your love with exquisite jewelry from the Gold and Diamond Source, where they have the largest selection of engagement rings. And here's where it gets really good. Starting on Friday at the Open, you can get a $1,000 gift card, and they will match it with another $1,000 gift card. Get $2,000 worth of spending power for just $1,000. Then at 6 o'clock, it goes down to $500. The $500 card match goes from 6 o'clock until close. So get in there on Friday up to 6 o'clock. It's a $1,000 gift card. They'll match it, giving you up to $2,000 in immediate spending power. Then after 6 o'clock, it's $500, and they'll match it and give you up to $1,000 in spending power. Don't miss it. It's Valentine's Day, and the only place to shop is at the Gold and Diamond Source, 3800 Olmerton Road, always online at thegoldendiamondsource.com.
It's a love you give only at Gold and Diamond Source.
Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here. You heard that Valentine's Day commercial we just ran for the Golden Diamond Source. We know how bad you guys are at forgetting Valentine's Day, so we just run the commercial the next week. So just to remind you that you've already forgotten it. So that's how we work. That's how we work here, right?
Wait,
Tim?
did I miss Valentine's Day again?
See, that's why we run the spot. You're like, oh, shiz, I did.
Crap.
Oh,
I had 4 dates too, JV. Crap.
but the gift card thing is over. So, but if you did miss the Valentine's Day, that's why we're just reminding you. It's only Thursday after Sunday. Don't worry about it. So we might have to pull that one, Timmy. Thank you.
Lord.
All right. Without further ado, a man who never misses Valentine's Day or Olympic hockey. My post-game partner, Brian Engblom, joining us here. 3-time Stanley Cup champion. You played for Team Canada. You know what this pressure is all about, Brian. How you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks. I survived Valentine's Day just fine, boys. I'm not an idiot. You know, if you missed that, man, next time you come home, you better throw your hat in and see if it gets thrown back out before you decide whether you're going home or not. Yeah.
Well, just letting you know the audience you're talking to here. This is what we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
But the hosts, by the way, led by the 2 knucklehead hosts. So we're part of that whole
great.
deal as well.
That's the funniest thing I've heard in a while. That's
So anyway, God, I'm sitting there watching hockey yesterday saying this may be the greatest day of hockey I think I've ever seen. 3 overtime games in the quarterfinals, and both the United States and Canada just on the edge of their seats of going home in the quarters. Just your thoughts on watching hockey yesterday. That was just incredible.
Oh, it was outstanding. Yeah, I was sitting on my couch watching it all day as well. The overtime stuff every game is so important. You and I talked about it after right after the last Lightning game before the Olympics started. The one game shots are incredible. And so the most important guy on the ice is the goaltender, right? Both teams, that's where it starts and ends. It is the biggest pressure position in all of team sports. Quarterback is different. You can throw an interception, a guy drops the ball, but I mean, the goaltender misses it, he misses it, it's in, right? So, I mean, it's a huge pressure position. Binnington was outstanding. Saros has been terrific for Finland, Hellebuck for the USA, and Samuel Hlavaj for Slovakia. How about that too? So you have to have that. It's proving to be true again. But this next round now, it really gets intensified now that you're down to the last couple of teams.
Well, let's go back to yesterday first, and we'll start with Team Canada, and that was one hell of a game, back and forth. And I can't imagine what the entire nation of Canada was feeling when our good friend Andre Palat, who all he does is score humongous freaking goals, scores for Czechia, and Canada is on the brink of going home. What were your thoughts at that moment?
That was tense, to say the least.
With six skaters on the ice, by the way.
Yeah, I'm watching Andre Palat. You guys know him, so well, like I do, and what a clutch player, as you said. I said to my wife, he's had two great chances in this game. He's not going to miss third. So when he got that third chance, he made the perfect shot, and I went, oh my God, the hair on the back of my neck stood up. And I'm going, oh, there's not much time. And what did they score to tie it up with? 2-3 minutes? No,
3:37 left.
3:37.
Suzuki, yeah.
I mean, that's cutting it close, and good for Suzuki. And then Mitch Marner being the clutch guy that he is. Mistake by the goaltender that wasn't really well played. An angle shot, Marner on the backhand. It's a brilliant shot, but those ones are not supposed to go in, especially under pressure. But Canada finds a way to do it.
Yeah, how does that's one of those moments in Canadian hockey history you don't forget, right? The Marner goal and the Suzuki goal for that. And Suzuki missed a wide open net earlier. Wide open net.
Yeah, that's true. But it always comes down to the medal round. That's what everybody remembers, the most, but you got to get there, like we talked about. And it's the margin for error now is going to get really small. This is going to look like Game 7 playoffs in the Stanley Cup Finals. That's the way you have to play it. There's got to be more grinding to the game. I think players, there's still a lot of, what's the word? It's almost like it's still deferring too much. Players get in the scoring area, looking for a pretty play. Oh, I'll pass it over. The teams are playing really well defensively, and they know, all four of these teams that are remaining now, they realize that away from the puck, I got to look around in my area and not let that second cross ice pass happen because my goaltender won't have a chance. So they've all played that play really well. There's been a lot of great scoring situations that have happened in all the games where it's still one more pass, still trying to get the goaltender to move. That mentality, to me, I think has been overdone in this generation of guys. They think, wow, the goalies are so good. The goalies are so good. That means the goalies are good because psychologically they're getting in guys' heads. Shoot the puck, to quote Phil Esposito, 1,000 times every season. But he's right. You get anywhere near between the edges of the circles in the scoring area, shoot the puck and go for rebounds. This is going to be more old-fashioned. This is where guys who are net front presence, Mark Stone, say for Canada, Arturi Lehkonen, and Rantanen, guys like that for Finland. For the USA, the Kachucks, of course. And Jake Gensel will be there as well. For Slovakia, Slavkovsky's been a huge story. The Montreal Canadian young player. He's been roaming all over the ice. Good luck with that in this game. Everything shuts way down. We'll see how well he adapts to smaller spaces and everybody knowing when he's out there. So this is old-fashioned Game 7 stuff. There won't be probably a lot of pretty goals. And if you get on the attack and you get aggressive offensively, counterattacks are going to be gigantic. For Canada against Finland for generations have always been tight defensively, really solid goaltending, win by one goal, that mentality all the time. Are your nerves better than our nerves? but also they can score. They got some guys who are gamers and can do it. I mentioned Lekkonen's name. He has scored overtime goals and game-winning goals like you read about. And Rantanen, I'm a huge fan of him. So you make a mistake at the offensive blue line if you're Canada, at Finland's blue line, look out going the other way. And this could easily be a 1-0 game. We always talk about, and Coop brings it up all the time, getting the first goal. And that's pretty obvious, right? It's momentum. For me, it's the second goal of the game. That's what really matters in a game like this. It may sound crazy. You could say, well, it may end up 1-0. That's true. So there was no second goal. So I could argue, on that from that standpoint. But it's the next one. Okay, the first goal, especially if it's early in the game, you can still slow the game down and whatever, bring it around back to your side. Do you score to tie it up, or is it 2-0?
2-0,
now,
right.
If it's 2-0, now you're really in big trouble in a game like this.
And you mentioned on our post-game show before the Olympics, Quinn Hughes. You thought he would be the difference, and he was yesterday. What an incredible shot in overtime to win it for U.S. Talk a little bit about his contribution to the U.S. team and how key that is.
He is. I said to you before, JP, he reminds me of Bobby Orr, and there aren't many guys I could ever say that. That's going back a long ways. Orr is my all-time favorite player. Magnificent. He changed the way defensemen played the game back in the 70s. That's going back a long way. Changed the game. Nobody played it like that. He could skate. He played defense. Most people say, well, put him on forward. No. When you're a defenseman, you have the game in front of you. You have an advantage over forwards who, even when you're coming out of your zone under control, the defensemen are looking to pass to the forwards. The forwards get a pass coming, from behind them, somebody behind them. Now they turn around and boom. Who's there? They're defensemen. Right. They're wingers. Boom. You're in it. Okay, fine. So once you get in the zone, or if you get a little bit of ice, all right, then maybe it can happen. The reason that McKinnon and McDavid in particular are so effective, what do? They come back deep in their own end and they play like a defenseman coming out of the zone. They need time and space in order to control the game. So I expect those guys to do that kind of stuff, because there won't be a lot of room. The Finns on transition, that's the way they're going to do it, or they're going to grind out of the corners to the front of the net, and boom, one of those one-time shots to a guy like Rantanen, or Rupe Hintz plays for Dallas. He's been pretty quiet. That guy can fly. He's one of the fastest guys in the world. He's been quiet. He'll put pressure on himself to do something in that game.
Brian, this is the first time we've seen NHLers in the Olympics since Sochi back in 2012. Obviously, a ton of parity, a ton of competition between the countries, 3 of the 4 quarterfinals games going to overtime. Without the NHL players playing this year, do you see this kind of parity in the hockey national teams around the world?
Well, the NHL is the best league in the world, and that's where the money is. So players around the world are coming, Russians, whatever. Everybody wants to come and play here and prove that they can play with and against the best players. This, unfortunately, the generation I was in didn't get a chance to play in the Olympics because, the IOC was like, nope, you guys are pros. Well, that argument, we argued that forever. The skiers, down, whatever, these guys in Europe and wherever else, they were making money hand over fist all the time. But technically, they weren't in an organized league like the NHL that had salaries and everything was public. So that argument took 2 generations almost in order to convince them, okay, let's throw it open. We agree now. Let's let everybody go.
Well, and the NBA helped with that too in '94, I think, let alone
absolutely. Absolutely. So the pressure came, do you really want the best? I mean, is the Olympics really the best on best? And I think they got tired of hearing, it's not really best on best. So good on them. It's what people want, right?
Of course.
It's got to be best on best. So, players choose to play in the leagues that they play in for whatever their reasons are, but most of them want to come and play in the NHL. And it has made a huge difference to the Olympics in hockey and basketball and, the team sports.
Well, it was, and getting it back to the Lightning, it was kind of concerning to see that Victor Hedman did not play yesterday. Sat on the bench, evidently sustained a lower body injury in warmups, which would suggest it's not really serious, I would hope, right?
Yeah, I mean, I read that he pulled his groin in warm-up. which is really unusual. I wonder what happened there. Did he have a little collision with somebody, or like it's weird. Obviously, he had some issue going in, and it got worse. But the fact that it was that bad and he couldn't play in a game of that level, it was bad enough for sure. And from what I learned is that he told the coach, I can't go. I can't play at the level that you're going to need me. So that's typical of Victor Hedman, right? But he wanted to be on the bench, and it became very clear by halfway through the first period when he hadn't played a shift that, okay, this is really wrong. And then we saw he never got on the ice at all. I feel bad. A lot of guys have gone through that. And of course, we start with, a couple of our Lightning players who never even had a chance to go because they got hurt at the 12th hour before the Olympics started. And
for Hedman to sit out like that, like you said, that's a big deal because this is basically the NHL equivalent of a Game 7 in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
And
Tim, at his age, 4 years from now,
he won't be there.
He's a hell of a player. Yeah. He's a Hall of Famer, but he's in his mid-30s. So maybe he could do it if he can stay healthy. But he's a big man. The game doesn't get slower; it gets faster. Yes, his brain is terrific. Yes, he knows how to move the puck, but still, Father Time is undefeated, as they say, and his ability to keep up 4 years from now, that's very questionable. And I'm sure that was one of the saddest factors for him, sitting on the bench and having to watch.
Brian Engblom joining us here, 3-time Stanley Cup champion, Lightning broadcaster. Sidney Crosby got injured yesterday. Coop said this morning, I think, that it's day to day. They don't know. Canada's roster is so ridiculously deep. You could probably lose a Sidney Crosby and not blink, but it's a blow, no question. Especially when you're, as you described so well, these are huge pressure moments. You need your best experienced players.
Yeah, that's for sure. As soon as I saw him get hit, his legs kind of split apart as he got hit. Yeah. And so I went, that is not good. That could be any one of about four different things, right? But definitely lower body. And so that's bad. He is a tremendous physical specimen. That's why he's still playing at 38 years old and doing the things that he does. It's a huge blow for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if he sat on the bench like Victor did, unless it's going to tighten him up so badly that it'll hurt his recovery. You know what I mean? Like the trainers may say, whatever this is, no, we can't have you just sitting there like that, because he'd be sitting for 20 something minutes at a time, right? Yeah. That's a long time. So if it's a groin, hip flexor, whatever it is, it's just not good to be sitting. You need the motion. But I wouldn't surprise me if he thinks he could do it, that he would do a similar thing to what Victor did. His presence just in the room and on the ice, and the intimidation factor for the Finns, that's another thing too, because he's one of the biggest moment guys that, Team Canada has ever seen and the NHL has ever seen. He's a huge factor in face-offs, and tight games are another thing that is critically important when it comes to details. So it's a big loss for sure to not have him.
Brian Engblom joining us here. All right, we also got a ladies' game coming up today. We got USA Canada today for the gold. I'm sure you'll be watching that as well. What do you think? These two teams have been absolutely incredible throughout the early goings. What are your thoughts on this game today?
I haven't watched as much of the women, but I have watched some. The U.S. team, I've watched them, and you look at some of their stats. I mean, same thing for Canada, but you go, oh, man. I mean, these two teams are juggernauts. And from what I've seen, again, I haven't watched all of it. So, not the same as the men's. But I think the U.S. team is going to be a real handful. That's for sure. And they have that thing that, we got to beat Canada. We got to beat Canada. Wayne Gretzky said something, I forget which Olympics it was back in the day. He brought up a great point, and it's true for men's or women's, especially when it comes to Team Canada on either side, men's or women's. He said, everybody wants to knock us off. That's what Wayne was saying. Yeah. So they play for everything they've got because they want to be that team. They want to be that guy, that woman that scores the goal. Beat Canada, beat Canada, beat. So they go like hell. And sometimes Team Canada tends to play like they're defending something. When you play to defend, that means, the expression we all use now is you play on your heels a little bit too much, or you play in neutral a little bit too much. You got to put some hate in the game and go, I hate those guys. I hate those women. They're taking a gold medal away. Like, play with anger. Be pissed off. Don't just go out there and say, well, we got to defend. We can't lose. We can't lose. We can't lose. As soon as you start, a sentence with can't, then that means you're playing like this and not like this.
Yeah, it's a great point. Well, all right. So who do you got semifinals? You still got USA, Canada making it to the finals?
Well, you can't argue with, the lineups and what they've done so far. And the adversity that they went through, that was big. I was waiting for that because both of them had pretty much steamrolled through, right? They're scoring goals. Everything's flowing pretty well, but you got to hit that wall. And the fact that they overcame it, and they have the tight games and the overtime games and that clutching in your gut feeling like we've got to do this. It's okay. Like for Slovakia, nobody expects anything. They've already won it. They're heroes in their country right now. I can tell you that. This is awesome for them. They get in the medal round, people will be hammered there for 2 weeks. I don't care before the game even starts, because that's what it's like there. Small country, they've accomplished a lot. So if they just go out there and go, let's go like hell and see what happens, and your goalie's good and you get a power play goal or something, that's the fine line that we're talking about. Canada and the US, the expectations. Can you handle the stuff that comes with that? The pressure of, are you going to play like, I can't make a mistake? Are we going to be able to make up for a mistake? If you're playing like that all the time, it's really hard to play free when you are under that kind of pressure. I mean, you can tell it from all the players, and I think you can tell it from the bottom 6 guys on the forwards of like Team Canada and the USA. They need some balanced scoring there. And JP, you and I talked about, I was picking players from each, kind of the top teams that would make a difference. And you remember who I said for Canada was John Cooper. I didn't pick a player. Yeah. I picked Coop. Was he going to stay with Bennington, which obviously he has, and Bennington has repaid him just like he did, in the Four Nations so far. Yep. But also, what's he going to do with the lineup? Is he going to load up on that top line? I don't think he will, but that's going to be really interesting to me. In other words, when he puts McKinnon and McDavid and Celebrini all on that line, it hurts the other lines. Yeah, it does. And so there's a drop off. So unless some of those guys on the bottom six step up and score some big goals, I think what he'll do is he'll spread it out again at the beginning. And then as the game goes, if we got to load it up and go, okay, I'm going to play these guys till they can't ride anymore, and put them all together, that makes sense to me. But it'll be interesting to see the line combinations that Coop is going to deal with here. And I always believe, because of what I said before about the defense and having the game in front of him and some of the great star players, Makar for Canada. Quinn Hughes, we already talked about. Heiskanen, for Finland, and Simon Nemec, who plays for New Jersey Devils. He's done really well in this tournament. He's been a big surprise and helped them get to where they are for Slovakia. So those are the guys that I look at to be the difference makers at key times.
Oh, it's going to be fun. And last question for you, Brian. We got I can't imagine what it's like for Kucherov and Bassey to be watching all this. It must be just killing them. I mean, just killing them. But I also think like it's just going to make them almost be on a mission to win the cup this year when we come back. Not that Kuch could be any more focused, but maybe, I don't know, right?
Well, yeah, it's impossible for him to be any more focused.
Right.
I mean, that guy's as focused as you can find anywhere in the world. And same thing with Bassey. They both come ready to play, and they come ready to win. Yeah, we talked about that. I feel bad, because it's an athletic competition. The Russians would have had a hell of a team. There is no doubt about that. Yeah. And all the talk leading up to the Olympics, they had to just go, geez, enough with this stuff, just play our games and then go somewhere. Whether they're watching it much or not, whether it hurts too much, if it was me, I wouldn't be watching a lot. I would not. I'll tell you that right now, because I just, even in the past when we got knocked out of the playoffs and I was a player, I didn't watch much of the playoffs from there on in. I couldn't do it.
It's too hard.
So I went, Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised that, they're like that, but I don't know. I'm speaking more from me than them. So they will be ready to carry the mail, that's for sure. And Braden Point, will be able to, okay. And Sorelli, that extra time, that'll be huge for the Lightning because it's going to be really intense. The schedule is crazy from the Olympics to the end of the year.
All right, Brian, thank you for your time, man. I really appreciate it, and enjoy the hockey. I'm going to be texting you on the semis and the finals, so we'll see how it goes.
Wait, JP, did you ask him if he wants to participate in our gold medal game bet today?
So Timmy being Canadian, as you know, if USA wins, he's got to sing our national anthem, and if Canada wins, I have to sing "Oh Canada" on the show tomorrow. And we'll do the same thing if we play in the medal game. So you're welcome to join us if your vocals are ready. I mean, I just think it's patriotic and fun, and we should do it. But knowing you, you'll just watch. You enjoy watching so much better.
Maybe you'll call me a bailout here, but no, this is too good not to sit back and watch and listen. That's for sure. Although I'll have to make sure the cats and dogs are out of the room because I know this is going to be bad and they can't stand that stuff.
Brian has a long history of just watching me make an ass out of myself and never participating. We all do, JP. So, yes, you all. It's much more fun that way. All right. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it. See you next week.
All right, guys. Plus, being able to watch you sweat rather than just, on radio where it's just terrible listen, we'll be able to watch one of you guys sweat. That's going to be awesome. Can't wait.
Fantastic. I'll let you know when it's going down. All right. Thank you, partner. Appreciate it. The great Brian Engblom. And I don't have to give you his social medias because he's smart enough not to be on social media.
He is, yes. Yeah. I've looked.
I think that's where I know. It's where when you get to the point where you don't have to be on social media, that's when you know you've made it. You don't have to do that crap. That's when you know you've made it. Yes, absolutely. But we love you people on Twitter. We absolutely love it. Absolutely. Most of the time.
Good times.
Yeah. All right. Quick break. We will come back on the other side and get to your comments. And we have some breaking news from the Rays.
Yep.
Breaking news from the Rays. Very interesting.
Good news, I think.
I think it's very good news. Yeah, of course it's good news. All right, we are brought to you by the great folks at Riveters. Great place to watch hockey, by the way, if you're going to watch the gold medal game today. Head on over to Riveters. Enjoy a great lunch with their fantastic wings and all of their great lunch specials. Was over there the other day. Enjoying the wings, and we also had some of that buffalo chicken dip, which is fantastic, and that's always on special during happy hour, just $8. That's a meal in itself right there. So go check out the Hazy IPA and all the great microbrews they have there, and their great fresh food. That's what they're known for, really, at Riveters. Is they're great. It's not just sports bar canned Cisco food. This is all stuff that is made by hand and made by scratch each and every day. The sauces, everything, it makes a difference. It's fantastic. Riveters. Tampa.com is the website, just north of 275 right there in Dale Mabry, just south of the stadium. Back in 3. Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, but it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed. They need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Sunny days or stormy nights, roofing problems out of sight. In Florida we stand so tall, pitch roofing, we do it all. Pitch roofing, roofing done right, for your home, day and night. When the hurricanes roll in, we've got the top that's gonna win. Protect your house from wind and rain. Choose pitch roofing, never in vain. Pitch roofing, roofing done right, for your home, day and night. Call us now for peace of mind. Top service you ever find. Pitch roofing won't let you fall. We're the best, just make that call. Pitch roofing, roofing done right, for your home, day and night.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here on this Thursday. Gold medal game between the U.S. and Canada. Ladies hockey coming up. Hey, don't forget, the great folks at Genesis of Tampa are celebrating Black History Month. That is February. And just reminds us they're dedicated to the 3 C's: commitment to customers, community, and charities. That being said, for the entire month of February, a portion of all vehicle purchases will go towards Tampa's Black History Museum. All through February, you can get or not all through, but the 17th and 19th, so that's today, stop by and get a free Mardi Gras t-shirt just for taking a test drive at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, they are the best luxury cars on the market. Tremendous value. They'll make you a great deal at Genesis of Tampa. Just stop on by 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275, not far from downtown Tampa. All right.
So now you're saying we have the 3 C's of goldendiamond.com, and now we have 3 C's in Genesis of Tampa.
No, 4 C's for diamonds. You added a 5th.
Right. But all the C's, JP.
Lots of C's.
All right. That sounds like my dating pool. Lots of C's.
Yeah, C-. That's C- there and there. John Hill says Ovechkin has stated that he is not watching the Olympic hockey games. Yeah, I would try to just put it out of my mind. Now Ovi's, he's good buds with Putin. So,
yeah, he is.
Like, does he say, my friend, what are you doing? We can't play hockey. What are we doing? Get out of Ukraine so we can play hockey in the Olympics.
So was it Russia that refused to play, or did the Olympic Committee not invite
No, the Olympic Committee said no team sports. Individual Russians I think are competing in some events.
Oh, are they? I haven't seen
as unaffiliated athletes, I think is what they call them.
Okay.
But they cannot compete in any team.
They should have let all the Russian athletes that wanted to play in the team sports just go pick a team.
Pick a team. Yeah, I mean, Kuchar probably played for Canada.
Yeah. Go play
That would be interesting. Would you have a draft?
No, I think you just let them pick.
It would suck though, because it would displace certain players that should be there.
True.
Which would suck.
Well, I would tell those players be better.
We could just add a Russian.
Yeah,
everybody gets to add a Russian.
Every country gets a Russian.
It's time to play add a Russian here at the NHL Olympics.
Can you imagine if like France won the Olympic hockey gold medal with Vasilevsky in goal? Kucherov on the team, and
or they would all go play for like some Caribbean country like Curacao. Or they're under the Netherlands band, right? So
yeah, Jamaica wins hockey gold.
Jamaica wins hockey gold.
Like the bobsled.
Junior bobsled team, yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yes, absolutely. Look here. Former Prince Andrew arrested by UK police as reported by Fox Business News from the Epstein files. What? Someone got arrested?
Is it from the Epstein files, or is it just because he's a dick?
No, it's from the Epstein files.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's not been a good person anyway, I don't think.
No. Well, I mean, yeah, I haven't gone down the rabbit hole on much of this stuff, but I did a little bit recently, and with all the emails, and it's like, it's all there. Like, it's all there.
It's pretty public.
You know, all these people, Podesta, like, how is that dude still walking around? Holy crap. I mean, it's just sick stuff. It just goes, as Ashley has said so many times, just, basically, my lovely wife, it just reinforces that there are rules for us and no rules for them.
Oh, yeah.
And right now they're just sticking it in our face. We can do whatever the hell we want to do, and you're not going to touch us. So great. She also says, yes, there's drama with the female Russian figure skater and the coach. I haven't seen that. I did see that Hillary Knight and who was it? Brittany Bowe. Hillary Knight and Brittany Bowe announced their engagement, the Olympian and the speed skater. So congratulations to them. That's pretty awesome. Do that at the Olympics. I like that. Yeah. No, I'm serious. I didn't see the drama between the female Russian figure skater and the coach, though. What is that? Have you seen this?
I have not watched the one lick of figure skating. I'm too busy watching hockey and bobsled and luge and skeleton.
You like figure skating?
And events that actually matter in life.
The triple sow cow. All right, here is the Rays breaking news. The Rays have announced Drew Rasmussen as their opening day starter. Well deserved. So they're going to go, according to Michael LaRue, they'll go left, right. Rasmussen, McClanahan, Pepio, Mats, Martinez. Rasmussen is a great guy. He says Pepio was the opening day starter last year.
I don't hate that lineup.
That's a hell. Well, I mean, 4 and 5, Mats and the great Nick Martinez, highest paid player.
Hey, 1.2 WAR. That's gonna be his nickname all season, by the way.
1.2 WAR.
1.2 WAR. We don't know what we're gonna get out of really any of these guys, but
yeah,
Nick Martinez. I mean, we don't know. We need to follow it. We need to do a Nick Martinez report every Friday on this show about the previous week, how he did, what his numbers were.
What do we call it? The meh report? Meh.
Well, hopefully it won't be meh. Hopefully
we
it'll
love
be
Nick
slightly
Martinez.
above meh.
We love Nick Martinez. He will come here and blossom. He will come here and blossom as a 35-year-old remade career 4.4 ERA dude.
Back in the AL where he belongs.
A sub 500 record and a 4 back in the AL where he belongs. Like that even matters anymore.
I was about to ask, because I was asked this I did an interview yesterday for, I don't know where they were. I think they were in Las Vegas talking baseball to me for some reason. But, we used to have the AL and the NL, and they were two very distinctly different leagues, different rules, different strategies. You had the squeeze play and all that all came to, and the switch and all of that. And
the double switch, yeah.
Double switch. But now you don't, with the rules kind of with the DH now.
All dumbed down.
I feel the leagues are so similar, and I still think there are National League managers out there that are diehard National League managers that will refuse to conform even with the DH and all of that, who still like to play small ball quite a bit, But is there a reason why we still have an AL and an NL now with the rules pretty much being the same? Why do we still have two different leagues with two different presidents and commissioners? And it's weird.
Yeah, they've and I understand why they did all that, but it still is, and
I'm telling you, I miss it, man. I was all for interleague play back in the day in the late 90s, right? Was it 96, 97 when they first started this?
Mm-hmm.
Rangers were one of the first, I think, played in the very first interleague game here at the ballpark in Arlington. And I was excited, man. I'm like, this is great. After about 5 years of it, I was done. I'm like, no, man, go back. I only want to see these matchups in the World Series. I don't give a crap about seeing those NL stars in my home ballpark. I can watch them on TV. I want to see the AL stars here. I want more of the division rivalry games, because that's what it took away from when you started scheduling these interleague games.
Right.
I miss them being two separate leagues. I miss being able to watch an NL game between the Cardinals and Cubs on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon on TV, knowing that it's the only time I'm going to see these guys unless it's in the World Series. And I kind of miss it, man. Is that me being good old day syndrome and being old man head, or is it better? Is it better now? I don't know.
No, it's not better. I don't think it's better. I don't think the DH it just takes so much out of the game. Pitchers having to hit, and the strategy that comes along with that. The pitchers, there was a skill that these pitchers could bunt, and when they would come up in the order, and the pressure would be on. They had to lay one down, and there was, and then the odd time that a pitcher would get a hit was always exciting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's a lot of downtime when they would just strike out, but a lot of these pitchers used to take a lot of pride in their hitting, like the old Braves pitchers were all really good hitters.
Yeah.
And it was part of the game. And as Joe Madden said the other day, when he was speaking, it's like anybody can manage now. And that's why, back in the day, you had to have a lot more reps knowing exactly how to do these double switches and all these different things. And, he would put a pitcher out in the outfield, right? And then bring him back into pitch to another batter. There was so much more strategy that was involved in it. And that's all been taken out. It's like everything else in our world. Let's dumb it all down. Let's dumb it all down and make it easier for everybody.
And, some of the fun parts of interleague play even were when your American League team goes on the road to a National League park and had to play by NL rules. Like when I got to see Yu Darvish hit a home run against Cincinnati in Cincinnati. The only home run he ever had in 2016.
Right.
Yu Darvish belted a freaking home run 400 feet to straight center field. And, now we don't even do that because the rules are all the same. I don't understand.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that, brother. All right, some other comments coming in. What do we got there? Joel Forsland says, Engblom is awesome. Thanks for having him on, JP. Yeah, he's a great dude. I mean, I've said this many times doing my post-game show with him now going on 3 years. Every time I do a show with him, I learn something new about hockey. He's just so good at explaining the game and the nuances of the game that you it's the reason he's been doing national broadcasting for 20, 30 years now, probably 40 years now.
I will still maintain the broadcast trio in the late 90s on ESPN of Gary Thorne, Bill Clement, and Brian Engblom between the benches was the greatest hockey broadcast of all time.
I would agree. There are certain voices that go with certain sports.
Yeah.
And when you hear those voices, you know it's a big game. And that was one of those crews.
Yep.
That was one of those crews like, oh, this must be a big game. And they made it sound big.
Yeah.
You know, there are certain voices now, even in the big games, you'll like, this doesn't fit. This dude doesn't fit. Or
because Gary Thorne did baseball for ESPN too. And I remember watching, and I'm like, man, I feel like this should be a hockey game just because it's Gary Thorne doing the play-by-play.
Didn't we kill him off?
We killed him and Bill Clement off one day.
And both off, didn't we?
I had to go back and look, and they're still very much with us. Yes, we should ask Brian if he still talks to those boys. We need to get them. We need a reunion show on this show, JP.
Wow, wouldn't that be
awesome?
Get
all three on.
Yeah. Well,
I just haven't talked 90s NHL playoff memories.
There was some mustache. It was Clement had the mustache, right?
Yes. Yeah. Very Tom Seleckian.
Oh, that was a mustache galore, man. That thing was outstanding.
It was, man.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, Jim Lighthall is going to join us, play-by-play man of your USF Bulls. Big game tonight, Bulls versus Memphis at the YC, baby. So we will talk to him coming up here in just moments. We are brought to you by the great folks at the Gold and Diamond Source. If you are thinking about getting engaged, where else would you go besides Gold and Diamond Source? Are you kidding me? Or finally getting that Rolex. They have some pre-owned Rolexes there. Great selection. They're hard to find. They're really, really hard to find. That's why you got to go to the Gold and Diamond Source to find them. Check it out there. And if you're getting engaged, obviously it is the place to go. They have the best selection. You can design anything you want, you and your lovely lady. They've got it all there at the Gold and Diamond Source. 3800 Homerton Road, always online, thegoldendiamondsource.com. Back at 3 with the great Jim Lighthall. Stay with us. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
All right, guys, don't screw this up. It's Valentine's Day, and the first decision you make is go to the Gold and Diamond Source, where right now you can buy one, get one 40% off during their exclusive Valentine's promotion. Express your love with exquisite jewelry from the Gold and Diamond Source, where they have the largest selection of engagement rings. And here's where it gets really good. Starting on Friday at the Open, you can get a $1,000 gift card, and they will match it with another $1,000 gift card. Get $2,000 worth of spending power for just $1,000. Then at 6 o'clock, it goes down to $500. The $500 card match goes from 6 o'clock until close. So get in there on Friday up to 6 o'clock. It's a $1,000 gift card. They'll match it, giving you up to $2,000 in immediate spending power. Then after 6 o'clock, it's $500, and they'll match it and give you up to $1,000 in spending power. Don't miss it. It's Valentine's Day, and the only place to shop is at the Gold and Diamond Source, 3800 Olmerton Road, always online at thegoldendiamondsource.com.
It's the love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
JP here for Riveters, our new official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. And just like our show, no BS, no corporate chain feel, just amazing, authentic folks serving great comfort food in a casual atmosphere at unheard of prices. Riveters is located just south of Raymond James and Steinbrenner Field on Dale Mabry, walking distance to the park, so free parking, great place for pregame and postgame. Let's talk about fresh food. Nothing is frozen. Burgers, wings, prime rib, roasted fresh daily, never frozen. That makes a huge difference. The mahi, the salmon, also super fresh. All our sauces are original recipes made in-house. Our Warhawk chili and fully loaded potato soup is made fresh in-house. It's the best food anywhere, served by people who actually care. Riveters on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of where the Bucs and Rays play. We'll see you there. Hey folks, Rays baseball and the summer heat will be here before you know it. So don't let your AC unit strike out and cost you hundreds or thousands for an emergency repair. Get a 1-year maintenance plan from Third Generation Plumbing and AC for just $169. Though will come out twice a year and service your unit. Clean the drain line, make sure it's running to peak efficiency. If you need an emergency repair, it's going to cost you hundreds, if not thousands more. It's a no-brainer, guys. Just call the great friendly folks at Third Generation. They work with American Standard Heating and Cooling to ensure you have the most efficient and durable units. Their split systems offer the highest efficiency available while reducing energy bills and maximizing comfort. So choose my guys, John Rodriguez and PJ at Third Generation, along with American Standard Heating and Cooling. Don't wait for the emergency that'll cost you thousands. Call Third Generation Plumbing and American Standard. 813-961-8024. That's 813-961-8024 or thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here as we roll on this big Thursday. Big game for USF tonight. We're brought to you by the great folks at Italiano Insurance. Don't forget, 813-877-7799. They do all the work. You save all the money. Just give them a call and have them shop around all your insurance stuff, your business insurance, your home insurance, all that stuff. You pay thousands for. You might be able to save a little bit of money. Italiano Insurance, 813-877-7799. All right, let's bring in the man, the myth, the play-by-play man for your USF men's basketball, the great Jim Lighthall, joining us here, and football now as well. What's up, Jim Lighthall? How are you, buddy?
Hey, JP, good to talk to you again.
You got a nice little office there. Look at that, behind you there. Got all the memorabilia. Very nice. Yeah,
kind of my little home away from home here.
Yeah, love that. Love that. And you did a great job last night. I was there for the coaches' show. As the coach blatantly called me out in front of everybody for not going.
Can't go to the games, but you come to the radio show, huh?
So, hey, somebody offered me a free meal. Thank you, Kevin Keever. So I'm on the way. How are you, partner?
Good to see you last night. It was a lot of fun. That was our third and final live show. We've been doing shows all year. Brian Hodson wanted to do these shows, JP, which, listen, you know this. Coaches don't want to do those radio shows. Nope. They usually want to get paid for them, but they don't want to do them. And he's been beating down the door of everyone to get these shows done this year, and I was more than happy to sit there and do them with him this year. I'll have a couple more, which we will record, and they go up on YouTube, so it's pretty nice.
Yeah, it was a nice turnout last night as well at the Yingling brew house and kitchen. That place is awesome. Love that place.
Yeah, they've been really good to us. He went there with the staff before the season started, and he's like, this place is awesome. Yeah. Why don't we do a radio show here? And they said sure, and it's been a really good marriage for us all year.
Well, take us through a little bit, catch everybody up on where USF is at right now in prime position to not only win the league, but get into the big dance. So you've been calling all the games this year. I've been to one. I've watched a ton, and this is a very entertaining and talented team. Catch us up.
Yeah, first of all, let's say how entertaining they are. This team gets up and down the floor. They score a ton of points. The scoring record for a single season is going to be shattered by this team, and that record has stood for 50 years, JP.
Really?
And they're gonna beat it by 5 to 6 points per game because they average right around 90, just under 90. They get up and down the floor. They shoot a ton of threes. It's threes, layups, and dunks. That's what they want. They don't want mid-range jumpers. According to their metrics, that's a bad shot. So they shoot a ton of threes. They're top 10 in the country in attempts this season. They're not shooting at a great percentage. They've been around 33%. But again, they kill them with quantity so much instead of quality. And then the other thing about them is they get to the free throw line a ton. They are number one in the nation in attempts per game and number one in the nation in makes per game. So those two things, the threes and the free throws, make them a very lethal combination. They played a very aggressive non-conference schedule. Brian Hodson went around to everyone in the country. He said, I will play anyone at any place. And he got some takers on that. He didn't get a whole lot, but he's ends up going to Oklahoma State, went to Alabama. Of course, he worked under Nate Oates, so that worked out well. Went to some really tough places, played in a really good tournament in the Bahamas. But you look at their schedule in the non-conference, and at one point ESPN had that as the 15th hardest non-conference schedule in the country. I think it ended up being around the 37th toughest. And they were going to play Houston, but they just couldn't figure out a date between the two. Calvin Sampson said, sure, I'll play. It didn't matter to me. But they couldn't work that out. So the whole point was so that just in case they don't win the conference tournament, then they've got something to fall back on in a strong enough net that they can get an at-large bid. And now here we are in the middle of February, JP, and they're sitting right in the mid-50s in the net, which is right in no man's land. You don't know if you're getting in. You don't know if you're not getting in. So they need every win they can get down the stretch.
Yeah, and they're going to have to win the conference tournament to get in, right? This is a one-bid league right now.
Yeah, it is. And I went back and looked at the last 5 years to see the lowest net ranking for teams that got in. And again, it's right in the mid-50s. And it's typically in the upper 40s is where you want to be.
Yeah.
The problem with the problem with South Florida is that the American is so bad when it comes to net that, they played UTSA a week or so ago and dropped spots with a win. They ended up dropping a spot by beating FAU on the road on Sunday. Now they have since made up 2 spots between now and Sunday. But, it blows my mind that you can play a game and win at the Division I level against teams that have a winning record and you lose spots in the net. Now, I know there are schools that get big wins and might leapfrog you, but it's just so hard to win games, whether you're talking about college football or college basketball.
Games,
to get penalized for winning a game. But that's the world we live in right now. That's the net, and you got to live and die with it. And the margin of victory is big. Penny Hardaway's scolding the Utah State guys the other night because they're running it up at the end, getting dunks and scoring all those points. That's what you got to do. A 7-point win doesn't do you any good. If you can make it 13 points, it looks way better to the committee.
And that's the way it works. When we're dealing with basically subjective decisions, you got to do whatever you can. And it's totally appropriate in college basketball. And Coach Hodson was explaining last night that the other teams in the American need to schedule tougher non-conference, because if you just keep hiding, you're never going to gain. You don't get any opportunities to become a better league and win non-conference games and get a better rankings. If you keep hiding in the shadows, that's where you're going to stay, right?
Oh, exactly. And he said at the start of the year, he's like, listen, we had enough money that we could have scheduled so that we were 12-1 coming out of the non-conference or 13-0 or something like that. He's like, but what good does that do you? Because you're not ready for conference play.
That's right.
And your net is no good when you're feasting on the 300s, all those teams in the net. So the Big 12, though, let's look at the other side. The Big 12 and some of those schools over the last couple of years are scheduling no one in the non-conference because the conference is so loaded and they can get away with that. So they run up these scores against the non-conference opponents, win by 30. Then they get in the league where you're not playing anyone who's below 50 in the net, and you can keep moving up. So, there's two different ways to look at it. But for USF, they don't really have the luxury either way. They've just got to schedule who they can schedule and beat who they can beat.
Yeah. All right. That brings us to tonight against Memphis, a team that's 7-5 in conference, but 12-13 overall. But still a good basketball team and a must win. I think they're the only team that can really wrestle the regular season championship away from USF. So this is a huge game tonight.
Yeah, it's really big. And obviously, when you start talking about the American Conference in basketball, Memphis has ruled the roost for a long time. They haven't won it every year, but they win it about every other year. And for Penny, they've won 20 games every year. He's been there. I know this. They're not happy with 12 and 13 because they're paying him a ton of money. But he had to roll over his entire roster. JP, from last year, they've lost 28 players in the last 2 years. So welcome to the portal era at Memphis. They've lost 55 players over the last 4 years because guys come in, they get their payday, and then they leave. So here's what I'm concerned with. I think South Florida is the better team, but Memphis is going to figure it out at some point. You got to think, because they're too talented. They have too good of players to not figure it out. I just hope they don't figure it out tonight.
Talk a little bit about some of the stars here. Wes Enos is player of the week again in the American. He has been tremendous. Just had his first double-double the other day, but he's from three-point land, everything. He has been tremendous. Talk a little bit about him.
Yeah, here's a kid who, by his own admission, his own words, I was a 0-star player coming out of high school. He really didn't have any offers, didn't have any place to go. He ends up at Division II Lincoln Memorial in Nebraska. They gave him an opportunity. After 2 years, he's a 1,000-point scorer. He's an All-American. He's the defensive player of the year. Or he's the defensive player of the year in his league, as well as the offensive player of the year. Kid can really do it all. And then South Florida obviously wants to shoot three, so they find a guy who can really shoot it. Wes Enos was making 800 threes a day, JP. Just to give you an idea, he was making 400 in the morning and making 400 in the afternoon, to the point where when he got here, South Florida had to try and reel him in a little bit because he wanted to be that great of a shooter. So there's a guy that can really make shots. He's had 2 10-make games from beyond the arc this season, which is absolutely outstanding. And then on the other side, so you want to take the ball away out from Wes Enos? You want to take the ball out of his hands? Fine. You got Joe Pinion on the other side. Both of those guys have made around 85 threes this year. That combination is top 3 in the country. They're both going to set the school record for made threes in a season. They're both going to set the record for most attempts for threes in a season. They are awesome from beyond the arc, and they do not have any limits on their range. If they're inbounds, they're in range.
And Isaiah Nelson has been a monster inside as well. And this is a team that really rebounds the basketball aggressively.
Yeah, no doubt. They're top 10 in the country in rebounding. They're top 3 in the country in offensive rebounding. This is a team that gets after it on the glass, and Isaiah Nelson's been a walking double-double machine. He's got 16 of them this season. It's really cool to hear Brian Hodson talk about him at Arkansas State. When Isaiah Nelson came there, he said he was terrible. He couldn't run up and down the floor twice without having to call to get out. He had an inhaler that he would ask for anytime there was a stoppage of play. And then he just got better and better and better. And his numbers, I was told before the season started, wait till you see him play, but wait till you see him play in conference. He is going to get better and better as the season goes on, and his numbers will go up in conference, and that's exactly what's happened. He's agile. He's nasty under the boards. Every rebound is potentially his until it's actually grabbed by someone else. And now he's shooting the three here and there. We have NBA scouts at every single game, JP, and they're all here to see Isaiah Nelson.
Damn. Yeah, I was watching him in warm-ups, and I'm like, and he was just stepping out, stroking threes like it was nothing. That was the first time I'd seen this team play, and I'm like, who's this cat? I mean, he's huge, and I'm like, and it got a really nice stroke from out there. It's not awkward at all. He's a really, really good player. You think he's the guy that has the best chance to go to the league?
No doubt. At 6'10", he's listed about 220 pounds. He's got a tremendously high motor. And you know this, you don't even have to score 5 points a game in the NBA to have a 12-year career. If you can get 8 or 9 rebounds and score 4 or 5 points,
play defense,
you can make $45 million.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Isaiah Nelson can do because he loves the game, JP. He's got a tremendous attitude. Even when he's getting screamed at, he knows why he's getting screamed at. He knows how to fix that mistake, and he takes criticism. The guy is fun to be around. And listen, he wouldn't be a disruption in anybody's locker room in the NBA.
Yeah. Jim Lighthall joining us here, play-by-play man for the Bulls. And the head coach is worth the price of the ticket. Just watching that guy coach, he is non-freaking stop. I mean, he is – And he's an intimidating figure as well. Talk a little bit about Coach Hodson and what he's brought to the table.
Yeah, New York guy, and after 10 seconds talking with him, he's a New York guy. Yeah. Pretty no nonsense. But the one thing I learned very early was how much he cares for his players. He wants them to get better. He cares about them as people. He will coach them tough. He wants them to be coached tough because you learn from that. And he said one of the things that he does when he goes to recruit somebody is he's like, I'm not going to BS a kid. I'm not going to say you're great. This is what you can do for us. I'm going to tell you, here's what you can improve on, and we can help you with those things. Because they all want to get to the league, JP. They all want to get to the G League or Europe or the NBA and make money playing this game. And that's what he can do. He's huge into the analytics and the metrics. Yeah. He can pinpoint their deficiencies and make them better.
Yeah, it's good stuff. All right, so we got to fill the place tonight, right? We got to fill the YC. Tell us what's happening for students get in free, right?
Yeah, they can get in free, and I know they're going to be wearing black tonight. It's a Throwback Thursday. We've been asked to wear our retro, Robo Bull stuff for this game tonight as well, which is kind of cool. I've seen some old logos shown here and there in promotions for the game. I think we've had 6,000 people at a game, but this was the exact time of year when Amir was here 2 years ago where it absolutely took off. And it was that game against Charlotte, which was a 9:00 start, battle for first place. And that wasn't a sellout, but it was close. And then they sold out the last 3 games.
FAU,
To me, this feels like that Charlotte game where if they can put 6 or 7 in the building tonight, because listen, everybody wants to come see Memphis. They always do every year. And if they can beat up on Memphis, everyone's going to say this team is legit. This team has the prize right in front of them, an opportunity to claim a regular season title. And then who knows what happens for those last couple of games. I mean, they got Tulane on March 1st, and they've got Charlotte on senior night still coming up.
Hey, listen, it's big-time college basketball tonight at the YC. It's right in your backyard. I mean, what else are you doing tonight? It's a great atmosphere. It's going to be super fun to watch. But don't watch it on TV. Just get off your ass and come to the game. It's much more fun. It's good stuff. It's Throwback Thursday. Let's go.
Tampa Bay's home for hoops, man. Come see it. Listen, they are so entertaining. You come to watch them one time, you're going to be like, I got to come back because they play above the rim. Tons of alley-oop dunks, and then they're raining in threes from everywhere.
Yeah, it's fun. Really, really fun atmosphere. All right, partner. My boy Greg Wolf will be doing his thing, hosting the game. So you'll be doing
the whole building rolling every night.
You'll be doing radio. Catch that. Bulls Unlimited. Where else can we find that?
Bulls Unlimited, and I think that's it for right now. But our pregame show begins at 6:30. Tip-off set for 7:00.
And ESPN as well tonight on the big on the mothership. So
Yep.
All right, Jimmy, great stuff. Appreciate you. I'll see you tonight. Thanks, man.
Always a pleasure. Thanks, buddy.
Okay. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back on the other side. We'll get to some of your comments. I love big-time college basketball. It's so much fun. I know
so much better than the NBA.
Oh, my God. Not even close. Not even close. And like I said, they put on a great show at the YC with Greg Wolf, who's our host of the Lightning games. He does the same thing there. So it's really, really fun. Free T-shirts, all kinds of fun stuff going on tonight. So show up. It'll be fun.
Does Greg Wolf have a Bulls jacket, like the blue Lightning jacket?
Oh, yeah. He's got all the gear, baby. He's got all the gear. He gets all the gear. I get nothing. I get squadoosh. All right. We've got all you guys that love the pitch roofing songs. My man Bill Slover is here. He is the man behind I think he's the one who does the country songs, actually. Great singer. So we'll have him sing them tonight or today in a couple of minutes. So stand by. We'll do that in your comments. Stay with us. JP here for Riveters, our new official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. And just like our show, no BS, no corporate chain feel, just amazing, authentic folks serving great comfort food in a casual atmosphere at unheard of prices. Riveters is located just south of Raymond James and Steinbrenner Field on Dale Mabry, walking distance to the park. So free parking, great place for pregame and postgame. Let's talk about fresh food. Nothing is frozen. Burgers, wings, prime rib, roasted fresh daily, never frozen. That makes a huge difference. The mahi, the salmon, also super fresh. All our sauces are original recipes made in-house. Our Warhawk chili and fully loaded potato soup is made fresh in-house. It's the best food anywhere, served by people who actually care. Riveters on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of where the Bucs and Rays play. We'll see you there. Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Here for Pitch Roofing, one of our new sponsors and the most reliable and honest roofers in the business. They love the Lightning, and Bolts fans be entered to win a pair of premium Mark Club seats with every free roofing estimate from Pitch Roofing. Seats include food and beverages, early access, premium entry, and a backstage tour of Lightning Vision with yours truly. Always get 2 to 3 estimates when replacing your roof, and be sure to include Pitch as one of those roofing companies. With a free estimate from Pitch, they're not trying to hard sell you. They educate you on your roof and the process. Even if you do not choose Pitch Roofing as your roofer, they want to leave you feeling informed, knowing the different materials and manufacturers, and understanding the process and warranties. Very, very important. Pitch is an Owens Corning preferred contract, Better Business Bureau accredited, and My Safe Florida Home approved. That's very important as well. Pitch prides themselves on full transparency and customer first level of service. They also offer financing options, including 0% plans, ensuring a stress-free experience. Call my friends at Pitch Roofing, 727-67-PITCH. That's 727-677-4824, or go to pitchroofing.com.
Pitch Roofing, roofing done right.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the great folks at Pitch Roofing. Pitchroofing.com is the website, and all you folks love their jingle. And the man, the myth that produced all these wonderful things, Bill Slover, is here and joining me. What's up, partner? How are you? Well, let me get your mic up there. I'm good. Get up on that mic there.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, sound good. Everybody loves the Pitch Roofing jingles.
It's a funny story.
Yeah, I knew you were going to tell me a good story.
I'm not an AI guy. I don't believe in AI taking people's jobs. So just to point out, I tried very hard to get a jingle done from a live person, and it just wasn't working out. So,
it's hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
It's
unless
hard,
you do AI.
It's hard to hit what you want.
Right.
And we had, through my friends over at iHeart, they had somebody working on a jingle and just nothing stuck. So one night I got a little bit bored and I'm trying some AI stuff, and it just started spitting out these songs. I'm like, this is actually pretty good.
These
and
are really good.
I'm not a country music guy. And then I brought him to Ron, the owner over at Pitch. I brought him to him. He loved them. He absolutely loved them. He's like, how'd you do this? So I explained the story to him. And then we sent him to the other owner. The other owner's like, I have so many questions. Hey, how much did this cost? And we had him believing we went to Nashville and we rented a studio. And it was me singing. And
and the whole time he's like, God, I told you. And then you're like, hey, it cost you anything?
Yeah, that was. I don't even remember the website. It was in the middle of the night one night. I'm just drinking my coffee, playing around, and I was trying to little 5-second clips, and it started spitting out these songs, and I'm just, well, let's keep going.
And Timmy, you can't get a new open done where he's doing this over when he's drinking cough syrup.
His $0 budget's considerably larger than mine.
Wait, do we have one there? One of that I sent you?
Let's see. Hang on. Which one do I have here?
Pop one up there.
Yeah, there's a bunch. I've heard you play like 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me gotta find
So you wrote all the lyrics though. You prompted it. No?
No, I prompted it with I need a jingle for pitch roofing. We're in Florida. I mean, it was a very simple prompt. Very simple. And I was like, I need a jingle. And it started spitting out these big long songs.
Holy hell.
Yeah.
There we go.
Sun's blazing down on this old sunshine state. Gotta keep your roof strong, looking first rate. Nail by nail, they do it tight. Pitch roofing down.
I'm right. I like it. It's good. It's snappy.
Yeah.
Which we need to work in a prompt like for win Lightning tickets.
Yeah.
With JP Peterson backstage tour. Prompt that and see what we come up with.
There's AI now. I can just put your voice in.
Yeah.
I can just do my own podcast
so I
if I wanted to.
I can sing. I could be the sing. I
don't know.
The vocals on this.
I have to find the site I did this with because it was like some.
You don't even remember.
I have no idea. It was like some makeshift site that was not well built, but it produced these things.
That's fantastic.
To your point of the Win Lightning tickets, I have the names in our little basket here.
All right, we're gonna do the raffle, Timmy. We're gonna do the raffle.
All right.
All
Sorry,
right,
guys. I'm cutting you off.
No, it's okay. Should we have Sweet Lou pick it out? Lou's on. Come on over. We'll put you on camera. There we go.
Wait, I didn't put my name in there yet.
All right, Sweet Lou Maggio, Sports Club president, joining us here. All right, and the winner is.
You can read it.
Okay, and the winner is Bobby and Jim Coraggio. I don't know what this means. Job number 899. Bobby and Jim Coraggio.
Job numbers for us, so we know.
There you go.
So they get 2 tickets for the Maple Leafs game next week, and then we have another raffle.
Ooh, that's a big game.
Yeah,
that's a big game.
Raffle. So the next game we're raffling off I think it's March 26th against Seattle.
Okay. The Kraken will be here.
Kraken.
So and they get 2 tickets in the Mark.
In the Mark, yep.
Full all inclusive bevies and food. And I'll be giving them a backstage tour of Lightning Vision.
Wow, awesome!
So there you go. That's a big deal.
You know, the seats are right next to the cigar bar, right in front of the bar there.
Perfect. Really good seats. A great time. So if they want to get into the drawing for the Seattle game, all they got to do is what?
pitchroofing.com/bolts. Get a free estimate. You're automatically answered.
You got to come, and you come out to the house. I wanted you to talk a little bit about what you guys do in terms of educating the customer. You say always want 2 or 3 estimates at least. Absolutely. And make one of them pitch roofing, because when you come out, you educate them as to how this business works, because there's a lot of unscrupulous roofers out there taking people's money.
You know, especially in this market, and I've heard you talk about we're not necessarily going to be the cheapest one, and there's a reason.
Yeah.
Because if somebody is too good to be true, it normally is.
Yeah.
So that could be a handyman, which is fine. There are some really good handymen out there doing your roof. But he's doing that roof that day, and the next day coming up, he's not coming back.
No.
You know, he doesn't have the time. He doesn't have the capacity to send somebody else out there. Most expensive roof, a lot of times, are people trying to rip you off. You know, we're right at our mark.
Yeah.
You know, what we can possibly do it for. And you know, sometimes there's room to you know, we can go with a cheaper grade shingle. There's room to move there. But just be careful. So we always fall like right in the middle normally. I mean, sometimes we're the cheapest because they went to all reputable companies. And
right.
There are other
and that's a smart way to do it.
Yeah, there are other reputable companies out there, but cheapest most of the time is not the right answer.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you said, we come out, we educate you. You know, there's different types of underlayment, there's different types of shingle, of course, there's different types of tile, there's different types of metal. And the normal homeowner doesn't know these things, you know.
What is the lifespan of a roof?
Well, it depends. So insurance is going to make you replace a shingle around 15 years. You know, there's 30-year warranted shingles out there. Now, your metal roof is supposed to be like 40 to 50 years, and your tile is probably, you know, there's some tile out there that they say is going to last you 100 years.
Wow.
Whether that's true or not. But,
yeah.
But those warranties are as good as the company. You know, if in 3 years that company's not there anymore,
your warranties.
Where's your warranty? You know, who's,
exactly.
You know, who's living up to that? So that's another big concern. So you always use a reputable company. You know, our guys have been around for 60 years combined. You know, there's other companies out there have been around a long time and
60 years
combined. Yeah, well, combined. You know, that's just our two owners. I'm not, you know, figuring in our, you know, we don't even have sales reps. We have project managers. So there's nobody coming out there to give you a hard sell. It's, hey, here's what it is. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're including. You know, another important thing in those estimates is look for, you know, wood. So what happens is, you know, we pull your shingles off and some of that wood could be rotted out.
Right.
And you have to replace it. It's Florida code. Almost like California. I don't know. It's so hot in here. But Florida code, we have to replace that wood. So always look for a wood allowance in there. We always include a wood allowance, but, you know, we're not always right. So it might get a little bit higher.
You never know, yeah.
Yeah, but some places don't include it because they're going to jack you up later on.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So when you're talking about getting it, how do you know when you need a new roof? I mean, obviously, if it's leaking, you probably need a new roof. Right. But you want to do something before that happens. Are there any signs that people can look for? Yeah. That maybe we need to get an estimate, so see what's going on.
You're hitting me with the hard questions.
Of course, that's what I do. I'm a journalist.
Yeah. This is normally for Caitlin, and I tell you what, if you have questions like this, call us.
Yeah.
Call Caitlin. She'll answer the phone. Sometimes Ron answers the phone. One of the owners. Sometimes it's a rep. Sometimes it's me. You know, depends on how busy we are. But to answer your question, the first sign is look for granules in your gutters.
Yeah.
You know, you see curling shingles.
Yep.
And your insurance company.
Yeah.
They'll let you know.
Yeah, they'll definitely let you know.
Right.
And in terms of when you know, eventually we dodged the storms this year, but eventually there's hurricanes that come, and you want to be able to be ready for that. So if you see the curling shingles and stuff like that, you're going to come over and look at it for free, right? There's no charge for that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, we come out, give you a complete assessment on it. Like I said, if you use us, great. If you don't, we know you have the right information to look at other ones. If you have 4 estimates right now, call us anyway. Call us. We'll help you go over them.
You guys are telling me some horror stories that you've heard from some of your clients. You'd like to share with the folks out there.
Yeah, I can tell you a recent one. And I was just listening to one of the project managers on the phone, our guy Kevin. He's dealing with a woman who some of these companies will come in and be like, "Oh, we'll work with your insurance company. Don't worry about it. No money out of pocket." You've probably seen this in the media recently. So they come in, they work with their insurance company. They tell their insurance company it's going to be $30,000 for this roof.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. And they get the down payment from the insurance company of like 10 grand and then
they're gone.
But meanwhile, the roof was like an $11,000 roof.
Right.
So now the woman's on the hook. The insurance company gave them money. So now she only has $20,000 left to get a roof done, which luckily in this case was fine.
Right.
Because, you know, like I said, it was an $11,000 roof.
They oversold it to the insurance company.
Of course. You know, insurance company's not going to come out and look, you know, every time. So they're going to do what they can and send them pictures and go, yeah, this is this and this is that, and it's $30,000. And they'll get what they can from the insurance company, but then they leave you holding the bag.
And these are the guys that come around, knock on your door, right?
Yeah.
Which they're not supposed to do.
They're not supposed to, but, you know,
if somebody comes and knocks on your door and tells you your roof is bad, no, run it through the insurance company, it's probably...
That's a red flag.
Yeah, it's a red flag.
An absolute red flag.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If we're in an area, we like to give our homeowners a heads up that, hey, we're going to have some trucks in the road, blah, blah, blah. And by the way, while we're here, if you need an estimate, we'll jump up there.
Yeah.
So that kind of door knocking, or you get a door hanger, I mean, that's, you know,
that's
normally okay.
Yeah.
But if they're coming, hey, I'm going to talk to the insurance company. I was just up there. I made some circles. I took some pictures. Let me work with your insurance company, and you don't have to do nothing. That's a giant red flag.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you guys also do a lot in the community. That's where I met you at one of the community charity fundraisers. For pickleball. So we have all these great local companies that we work with, and they're all doing great things in the community. So tell us a little bit about what you guys and some of the things you support. A lot of youth leagues. Yeah, well, our biggest thing is Special Operations Warrior Foundation. We have a yearly golf tournament with them. We might actually turn it into twice a year because we have a new office over in Delray Beach. So speaking of, if anybody, we have offices Tampa, Orlando, Delray Beach, and some virtual offices in, you know, like Ruskin and things like that. But we cover pretty much, you know, a good portion of the state. So to that point, we're looking at possibly doing one out there once we find a good course.
and work with Special Operations Warrior Foundation on that. Jerry, who you had in, the Red Star Gala.
Yeah, great folks.
That's just a reminder for everybody who can go to that if it hasn't happened yet.
No, it's February 29th or 28th, I think.
Yeah, I think you're
it
right.
is. Yeah, at the end of February, Red Star. Yeah, it's going to be a great gala out at the Motor Enclave. Yeah, that was incredible stuff that they're doing there.
Yeah.
Gary Sinise coming up, so you guys are supporting them as well.
Yeah, well, just any way we can. We can't necessarily be there because Jerry likes to let me know of things last minute. So it's kind of, you can't make plans. But everything veterans, first responders, we give special discounts for first responders, teachers, seniors, veterans, of course, things like that. We're talking to USF right now about possibly doing some stuff with them and supporting in the new stadium for the football.
Yeah.
Which Lou was just telling me is going to be beautiful.
It's going to be incredible. Might need a roof.
Yeah. Well.
No, it's not going to be that big.
Yeah.
Now the Bucs need a roof. So start working on that.
That's what we can see what we can do.
Start working on that. That might be a good job.
We do have a commercial division. I don't know if that's within our realm of possibility or our scope.
No.
But I'll talk to Dominic. He's our director of commercial roofing.
I think I can figure out something.
Yeah.
Why
not?
We need some shade. Absolutely. Well, Bill, thanks for coming in, man. Really appreciate it. And congratulations to Bobby and who else? Bobby and Jim Coraggio. So I will see you soon at the Lightning, and we'll give you the backstage tour. So pitchroofing.com is the place you guys need to go to get into the contest for one and get an estimate on your roof. All right. Yep. Thanks for coming in, Billy. Appreciate
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Have fun with the jingles.
Yeah. There we go again. We got this from Rick. Says, yeah, country music sucks, but pitch roofing rocks. There you go. And this one says, perfect timing seeing this, calling pitch now for a free estimate on my roof. There you go.
Awesome.
That's how this works. And thanks for all you guys for watching and listening today. We will be back tomorrow. What do we got going on tomorrow's show? We'll be doing some Olympic hockey stuff tomorrow as the semifinals, and Tim will be singing the
JP will be singing.
Tim will be singing the national anthem again as USA rocks Canada again today. And
we'll see.
Ladies, we shall sing. Have a great day, everybody. We will see you tomorrow. USA,
Canada.
On care, top-notch service, they're always there. Weatherproofing homes with a touch of class. With pitch roofing, your worries won't last. Licensed and bonded, they're the real deal. Honest and true, they always appeal. Whether it's a patch or a brand new lid, pitch roofing's the best. You'll be glad you did. Pitch roofing done right. Keeping you safe day and night in the Florida sunshine, the stormy skies. Pitch roofing done right.